All right, so here we have a user model that we have implemented that it manipulates all the data through the oh we didn't do this one, right? Find by credentials. Manipulates the collection through the Mongoose API, right? And we've exposed it through this export, right? So anybody who requires this file has access to this graduate user model. Yes? So let's do that. So we already have a service layer somewhere. There it is. And we have the user service. There it is. Okay? That is currently using this bogus mock array, right? That is locally implemented here. So what we want to do here is replace this, right, with instead access to the database. All right. So let's start working on that. So first of all, we're going to have to require that user model we just declared. Right. So let's do that. So let's grab that user model and let's require it. And I believe it would be go up one, down to models, and then user, and then user model. There it is. So now we have access to that user model we just declared a minute ago, right? And we can start trying to implement this and refactor this. Let's see. Which one should we do first? So let's do create. Should we do create, login, register? Which one should we do? How about register so that we can actually start creating users, right? Let's do that. Let's create a user. So create user so that we can register. To create a user, right, what we're going to do is we're going to use that user model we just loaded, right? So we're going to do user model. And we're going to do a create, right? Create user, right? And we want to create. So where is the object that the user is, that the service is receiving? It's in the body, right? There it is. It's this one, right? So let's receive that. Let's use that. We can just pass this user object as an argument. And what's going to come back from this call is a promise, right? Is a promise. So somewhere here we're going to have a then that's going to come back from the database, right? And we're going to get here the actual documents, right, that was inserted into a database. Yes, right? We can then just respond that object which we have here. So we don't want to do any of this, right? We don't want that, but we do want this over here, right? So let's copy that and let's paste it here, right? And we're going to return the user object. Let's use the same nomenclature here, right? And so that's creating the user, right? That's going to create the user. Let's try it. Let's see if it breaks. Okay. Let's see if it breaks. So if we restart the server, okay, it didn't explode. That's a good thing. It didn't explode. Let's try and hit it. Let's refresh and let's go to assignment, graduate. Is it cricket? Let's go to register. So let's see if we inspect here and we look at the network and we try to register as someone who we know doesn't exist, po, and po, and we register, something happened, right? So it came back. Let's see, does this complain? All right, so the first one makes sense, right? So po doesn't exist in our array, and this. We created the post, and something went wrong. Let's step through the code here. Let's step through the code. So we got the create user, which is this one. Let's put a breakpoint here, and let's try and do that again. So let's do register. Oh, I'm not running in debug mode. So let's run in debug mode. Let's refresh this and try it again. Register. I don't seem to be hitting that. Is this supposed? Did we ever create this? assign, assignments, graduate user, post, assignment, graduate user, user service, post, API, assignment, graduate user. Did I comment it out? Ah, yes, I commented it out. Let's try it again. Oops. Let's see, what's this saying? Okay, so now it's getting in there. It's complaining about our user schema. What's it saying? Debug, blah, 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 blah. Modules. Is it not modules? Am I misspelling that? Is it module.exports? Module.exports? Try it again. Okay, so apparently yes, it's module.exports. Okay, all right, we're back in business. Let's try that again. Let's refresh. Po, and po. Okay, so we're in the place, right? We are in create user, and let's step through that. Let's see the user object. The user object is coming as po and po. Very good. We're going to step into the create. It's about to create the user. We got the user object in there, and let's continue. Actually, let's put a breakpoint right here. Continue, and it didn't work. It didn't come to the success. Oh man! Did it complain? Console, mongoose. Oh, okay. Apparently, let's break that. Let's put a function with the error, and let's step through the errors. Let's see. Response dot send back an error. But let's put a breakpoint here. Let's restart this. Let's try it again. Po and po. Register. Okay, let's continue. Do we even connect to a database? Oh, we're probably never connected to a database. Server, graduate. Are we connecting to a database? I don't believe so. Together, let's blog app. Does this connect to a database? Blog post, no, that didn't connect to a database. So okay, so let's connect to a database right here. Let's do that here. And we did that already in an example from before, from the lectures, right? Lectures, Mongo, right here, right? We did that over here. So let's copy all this. We need that. We need the connect. We need the promise. Let's put it all here. There we go. Okay. Let me restart. If you need to go, feel free to go. Let's see, what's it saying here? To do app, that server. To do, oh, okay, no, let me comment that out. Restart. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try that again. Breakpoint. Let's refresh. Ah! What's going on? Okay. Register. Okay, so we're in there. Let's continue. Okay, we have success. We have success. Let's see what comes back from the database. So notice that what comes back from the database is not exactly what we expect, right? It's not exactly, the nice little JSON object, right? It's actually, this is considered to be a managed object. It's considered to be a managed object, right? If you've seen 5200, I don't know if you looked at JPA or any of the ORMs APIs, right? All those ORMs APIs do the same thing, right? They wrap the actual object instance, right? They wrap it inside of a much smarter object, right? That keeps track of the life cycle of that object, right? So this has been inserted into the database, but then it needs to be kept track, right? If somebody modifies this object, we need to make sure that this object in RAM, right, is linked to a record or an object in the database, right? So we have to make sure that, so this is a managed object. The actual data is inside of underscore doc, right? There it is, password and username are there. See that? Plus the underscore ID, right? That primary key is under here, right? So that's coming back from the client. Notice that it's pending, right? It's waiting for the insert to come back. So let's give it a whirl. Go ahead. Okay, and there it is. So this is what came from the database, right? You posted it, and the database came back with a date created because that was a default value. Password po, username po, website is empty, right? And the underscore ID that was created by MongoDB that was inserted. So it was inserted. It was inserted. And notice the ID. The ID is the ID that came from MongoDB, right? The thing is that the profile function, the profile controller, went to fetch an ID that is not in the array, right? The find by ID is still trying to fetch it from the array. This ID is not in the array, right? So the next thing would be to update that, right? So let's play around with find by ID now. Okay, so let's do that.